Day on the net, growing tensions between China and the Philippines. Activists in Yemen launch an online campaign against US drone attacks. And web users pay tribute to Mexican author Carlos Fuentes, who died on Tuesday. Naval maneuvers back and forth across the South China Sea, anti-China demonstrations in Manila, and a wave of cyber attacks on official websites in the Philippines. Tensions have been growing between China and the Philippines over the past few weeks. The conflict is over the Scarborough Shoal, also known as Huang Island in Chinese. Both countries lay claim to these rich fishing grounds, which also contain high deposits of hydrocarbon resources. Zhang Fan, a journalist for a Shanghai-based television channel, recently planted the Chinese flag on the group of rocks. The video was widely relayed online, sparking an escalation of nationalistic fervour on the Chinese web. Businessman Yu Jingyong has over 1 million followers on social network Sina Weibo. He said in a post last week that he'd fired 2 of his housekeepers who came from the Philippines. Many web users have been backing his decision, although some feel it was unfair. And with China celebrating Mother's Day last Sunday, one web user uploaded this video, which has since been doing the rounds on the local web. A sand drawing depicting China as the parent state of the disputed islands. And finally, companies have been trying to benefit from this wave of nationalism. One shower gel brand is handing out gifts to web users that send in photos of themselves claiming sovereignty over the group of small islands. And a group buying website has launched a competition to win a trip to the islands. Thousands of web users have entered, but the trip may well end up being cancelled for safety reasons. With the US intensifying drone attacks targeting suspected members of terrorist group Al-Qaeda, web users have launched a Twitter campaign to convince Washington to stop the use of these unmanned aerial vehicles, which are thought to have killed numerous civilians across the country. The campaign is centered around the keywords "no drones" and asks web users from all over the world to take action to urge the United States to stop using drones in their fight on terrorism in the Arabian Peninsula. Many web users believe the American drone attacks are in fact counterproductive and only serve to feed terrorism in Yemen. They say that more often than not, civilians are the main victims of the air raids, and instead of carrying out these blind attacks, it would be more productive for the United States to try and help in different ways, by setting up food programs, for example. British-based organisation Stop the War Coalition has posted this video to its YouTube channel. We see Yemeni villagers relate their ordeal of being caught up in a violent air raid. 46 innocent civilians are thought to have been killed in this particular attack, many of them children and women. Moving accounts in which they also remind the American authorities they should not be fighting terrorism at the expense of local populations.
Of course, they were marking made in the United States of America.
The series Game of Thrones, which has been aired on American television network HBO since last year, is currently enjoying an impressive level of success among viewers across the country and also on the web. It's now, in fact, the most illegally downloaded TV show on the American web, and according to a recent survey, has racked up over 25 million downloads. The figures put Game of Thrones ahead of Dexter as the most successful and best-loved series with illegal downloaders in the US. Tributes have been pouring in online following Tuesday's announcement Mexican author Carlos Fuentes had died in a hospital in Mexico City at the age of 83. Many web users, both anonymous and well-known, have taken to social networks to hail the memory of this emblematic figure of Latin American literature, known not only for his fiction, but also for his essays on culture and politics. His literary works have had a profound influence on several generations of readers all over the world. This video clip for the Delta Heavy track Get By was released online last week and is enjoying huge success on the web, where it's already been viewed over 2 million times. Its creator, Ian Robertson, has made it particularly original because he's reproduced the sound spectrum of this electronic music by using old board games like Connect 4, Scrabble, and also the Rubik's Cube.